Tonight, shack photos from the summer and early fall of 2016. Here's Bruce VK2RT in the operator's chair, and a view of more gear on the other side of the room. Bobby KC5TGT sent us this picture of his nice shack. And Bill K1ATV sent us this shot of what his 9 megahertz wide double sideband signal looks like at the Mount Lemmon repeater 90 miles away. Bill's transmitter is putting out 15 watts with an SWR of 1.5 to 1 to generate an ERP of 60 watts. George W9EVT says never too many radios, and look at his collection. While Jackie N4MJG has a nice station and uses a Heil 780 Pro microphone for exceptional audio. Dave KC2DQS put together a nice PDF with several dozen photos of various Go kits and many tips for hams assembling a Go kit. Here's the battery at the bottom of Dave's case and his Icon 7100 with an MFJ antenna tuner in another case. This case holds Dave's antenna launcher. That's what he uses to get his antennas high in the trees. Dave's also well prepared for UHF-VHF operation with these handy talkies from yet another carrying case. Tony W9JXN's a good friend of Bob's, and he poses here with Bob at a recent ham fest. Greg N5XO has an amazing collection of equipment. Here's his original shack. And look at his vintage gear. But his true love is weak signal operation. He's just revamped his weak signal station over the summer, and here's a look tonight and a closer view of some of the gear. Here's a daytime view of one side of Greg's shack. Here's a QSL card, vintage 1924, from the Ensor Museum in Olathe, Kansas. And a 1 kilowatt homebrew amplifier that's in the museum. It was used back in 1924. The local ham club still operates the station at the museum during many special events during the year. Outside the museum, the original North Tower is still visible to visitors. It looks like the many windmills you still see today across the Kansas prairie. And the question of the evening came to us from Dan, WA5CYR. Is this a bird watt meter? Dan asks. Bob sent us a photo of his good friend Al, W0ERE. Here he operates his vintage station. Greg N5XO was extremely busy with his camera this summer. Here he sends us shots of the hamster. It's an ARES trailer used extensively by his XYL KE5 MHJ. This is a look inside the hamster. In the meantime, Matt W7FEL brought VHF and UHF contacts to the forefront at the Port Angeles Field Day. Here he gets ready to set up his station. This is a view inside Matt's tent at Port Angeles. And here's his helper, son AJ, 2 years old, listening to the operation along with his daughter Kaylee, 5, and YL Brenda, KE7HCZ. From 2 to 104, ham radio is a great hobby. Here, Cliff, who lives in an assisted living facility, enjoys operating. 2 local hams, Doug Welburn, K4FI, and Dr. Hugh Salmons, W4DRH, give him an ICOM 706 and obtained permission to install an antenna at the facility for Cliff to use. Larry, WD9SEF, sent in the photo of Cliff, and here's Larry's shack. And here's the amplifiers Larry uses at WD9SEF. Katie, WY7YL, sent in this nice photo after meeting a fellow ham while traveling around the country. And we received this nice photo from Chris, VE6CMV, showing his shack. Back in New York, Stefan, KA2KNX, sent in this photo after completing a renovation of this outstanding vintage station. Down under, Simon, ZL2FAE, sent in a photo taken while he was assembling a 1296 megahertz antenna for field operations. And here's a shot of those antennas on the air. Jim, KS4DE, has a great shack and great QSL cards, and here's a wide view of his shack and a closer look at the modern equipment he uses often. He also enjoys a great vintage station that provides him with hours of enjoyment. Here's the QSL card sent from his home station, KS4DE, and a look at the QSL card he uses when confirming mobile contacts. His friend has taken the driver's seat to workstation WOOF. Woof. And finally, a nice photo from our friends at DX Engineering. Here's Melanie, K8KSU. She's operating at N8DXE. That's it for this issue of Show Me Your Shack. Remember to send your shack photos to Ham Nation Videos at twit.tv.